Hi everyone, I'm sitting in the studio today discussing a highly contentious topic: who is Will, and why are we firing at him? So, it's quite an interesting story. We hear all these stories about people living in our society who are young and influenced by the wrong people, and Will is one of them. He's someone that a lot of people in our city have heard about, and at least some have encountered. Will is from a rough part of town, where a lot of the youth are exposed to grime, drugs and a culture of violence. In this environment, Will had certain ambitions. He wanted to make some money, get some respect, and maybe even be someone important. He started selling drugs, and then gradually became increasingly involved in criminal activities. He was known as someone who could solve problems with violence and brutality, so naturally he gained a reputation and people began to fear him. But here's the thing, Will wasn't just some street thug. People would often find him to be quite charming and eloquent, which meant that people would actually seek out his services. And his reputation began to grow, to the point where people from all over town were looking for him. So why are we firing at Will? Well, it turns out that he had gotten a bit too ambitious. He had been seen dealing drugs on the streets and had even committed a few serious crimes. He knew he was on the radar of the police, and he knew that he had to do something drastic if he wanted to stay out of jail. So, in a last attempt to save himself, Will planned an elaborate heist and got a few of his friends involved. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go to plan and the police eventually caught up with him. He was arrested and is now serving time in prison. The story of Will is very troubling, and it just goes to show how one small decision can lead to a life of crime. So, next time you hear people talking about Will, remember that he was someone that started out like many other young, ambitious people in our society, only to be taken down by his own decisions.